Hey, what's up, and welcome to Mass Muscle TV, bringing the competitors to you. I'm your host, Caleb Ralston, and today we are joined by WNBF Pro and NGA Pro Bodybuilder, Jeff Alberts. How you doing, Jeff?
Good. How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing amazing. Now, I saw on Facebook that you recently just posted that you have been competing for how long now?
Well, I've been competing since 1993, but I've been in the gym for about close to 25 years now. So it's been a long time, yeah.
How did you get into bodybuilding?
It's 1986, PE class. Just started lifting weights in there, a little universal machine. And then from there, I just was at home. My family life at the time was a little shaky, so my stepfather had a weight bench up in the garage rafters. Dragged it down. It was a plastic weight set. Put it in my room. And just to get away from all the drama, I would just every day after school go in there and just do some lifting. So it's kind of an escape from that little bit of a bad home life at that time. Okay. So that's how I got into it.
Very cool. Now, where were you then?
At that time I was in Milpitas, California, which is probably about 30 minutes, I would say, south of Oakland. So it's a small town, but it was not too bad.
Okay, very cool. Now, we're going to go in-depth into your training. One of your wickedest muscle groups is your hamstrings. And hamstrings, either you got them or you don't have them. And I think a lot of people have been wondering, how do you train hamstrings?
Well, when I started out, it was just mainly a lot of leg curls. And I didn't really get into the stiff-legged deadlifts until probably 6 years when I started into my career, so that's when I implemented some stiff-legged deadlifts, and then from that, it just seemed like they really started to come out a lot more. So I would say stiff-legged deadlifts, and then just leg curls, and it's just been over the years, they keep getting better and better, and a lot of it's just genetics. I just don't carry a lot of body fat in that area, so they're pretty prominent even when I'm 40 pounds over contest weight like I am now. So it's just one of those genetic things. It's about it,
That's cool. Now, what's your training split for the week?
Right now, we're rotating 3 days a week, so we'll do two up. We'll go upper, lower. So 1 week will be 2 upper, 1 lower, and the following week it'll just reverse. So right now we're just running high intensity training. So we give ourselves at least a day between before we train again. So right now it's mainly like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Just depends.
Okay, very cool. So what do you do for back? We've all seen the deadlift videos. 3DMJ was just at a powerlifting meet. What's your bread and butter for back?
I started incorporating deadlifts last year that was Eric Helms that suggested that to me. In the past, I've touched with them here and there, but it's just never made it really consistent. Just probably with a little bit of fear, didn't want to get hurt, injured. So he taught me sumo style, so it's just implementing good form with it, and I'm pretty comfortable with it now. So I'd say sumo deadlifts has been a staple this year, and then right now we're doing some rows, pendle leg rows, we're doing seated rows, pull downs here and there. I have a lat strain, so I've got to be careful when I'm pulling from up top. So anything where I'm pulling lat pulls, I got to be really careful. So those are the main bread and butter movements we're doing right now.
Okay, very cool. What's your rep range for back?
Well, in general, rep range anywhere from 3 reps to 8 reps. Right now, we're going pretty heavy. So our form is like really strict and slow. It's more of a slow tempo. So, those 3 reps may not seem like, it's only like 3 reps, but they're super slow, and it's with heavy weights, so you really do feel it. And a lot of times we've been finishing off with some negatives, static holds to negatives, which are pretty brutal. So that's what we've been doing lately.
Okay, cool. Now for legs, do you do squats?
I do squats. In the past, it was mainly hack squats and Smith squats because, right now in my gym, I don't have the access to hack squats now, and I don't have access to leg presses. So a lot of it's free weight squats, Smith squats right now. Unless I'm training, elsewhere with Eric, we may go down to Powerhouse and they have, free range of movements. So we'll do, squats there and hack squats at times. But for the most part, just regular squats.
Okay, very cool. Now, do you prefer free or Smith?
Yeah, I like free weight. I tend to find the Smith machine I can really hit more of my quads. But as far as, the glute involvement and the hamstrings, I prefer squats. So we do like one workout we'll do squats, and the next workout we're doing hack squats. So we're always switching. We're not staying on one thing the whole time.
Okay. Do you train hamstrings and quads together?
Yeah, we do. What we do is one leg workout. If we do squats, the hamstring movement that follows would be stiff-legged deadlifts. And then the following workout, it's going to be, regular or deadlifts to start out with, and then it's leg curls generally that follow the next hamstring movement.
Oh, okay, very cool. Now, how does your training evolve, change from off-season to pre-contest?
Generally, it does. In the past, I've learned the hard way. I've been doing this a long time. I've gotten myself to the point where I've gotten sick just because I pushed myself during prep a little too hard. So I've actually got sick from it because I was just overdoing it. So the last couple preps, I really learned to taper that intensity down. My style trains high intensity. So in 2009, I just got real smart about it. And as, the weeks progressed, I was like gradually cutting intensity down, just so I don't get injured and I can keep going.
Okay, very cool. Now, what does 3DMJ, do you guys train, how often do you train together? Because we see videos of you and Eric, maybe of Berto, maybe of Brad. How often do you guys train together?
All four of us at one time is a little difficult just because Brad's about 4 hours away from my house and 3 hours from Eric. So, on occasion, weekend here and there, but for the most part, like right now, Eric and I are training together. Mm-hmm. So he's an hour away from me. So we've been kind of switching back and forth. He'll come here, I'll go there. We decided to train together for some high intensity. He wanted to try something different, so he wanted to learn my style. So till January, probably we'll be training together. Since his off season's till January. Mine actually is at the end of this week. I'll be into contest prep mode. So, but January, me and Eric, and then Berto every now and then we'll get in with Berto. So it's hit or miss with the other two guys just because of the distances.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about doing contest prep over Christmas?
That's fun. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I'm still gonna eat on Christmas. I'm just gonna adjust I'll probably get a refeed day where that's the day I'll be eating more. So, I'll plan for it. But yeah, I'll be eating, decent. I'll be okay.
Okay, cool. Now, moving on to nutrition, what does your off-season diet look like? Is it pretty consistent, or is it just kind of whatever?
I'm a whatever. In the past, I was really involved in this sport almost to the point where it was an obsession. I was constantly watching what I was eating, constantly watching my training. And now it's just a little too stressful for me. So I just find that as long as I get, a couple 100 grams of protein in a day, and I get my carbs in and a little treat here and there, I'm okay. I gain a little bit too much weight, but I just plan for it. So instead of having a 4 or 5 month prep, I just have a 6 or 7 month prep. So that's a little bit longer of a diet, but for me it's worth it because I get a year's worth of I could just be a normal guy and not really stress on the eating part of it. So that really works for me.
Okay, cool. Now, what's your opinion and philosophy? I know there's a lot of guys that get massively heavy in the off season, like up to 60 pounds over or more, and then there's guys that stay super lean during the off season. What's your opinion on that?
For me personally, if I got 60 pounds over, I'd be clinically obese. And I don't really know how well that's going to work in the gym as far as staying in shape and trying to move some weights without getting exhausted from carrying around that much body weight. Mm-hmm. So I don't think 60 pounds is probably the way to go. That's just for me personally. Right. Guys who stay relatively lean, if you're talking 10 pounds, that's hard to hold, but I know some guys' metabolism, that's pretty easy for them. For me, that would be a no-go. I probably wouldn't be able to maintain my strength with just 10 pounds over. So for me, it'd probably be ideal to stay around 30, but right now I'm 40 just because I like to eat some pizza here and there. So, but it's pretty much it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Now, what does your pre-contest diet look like, and how does the transition from off season to pre-contest? Do you just cut it, just cold turkey, or is it kind of like a slow transition?
No, it's a cold turkey. I like to just, like you say, turn the switch on. So my pre-contest nutrition is just, I like to eat clean, and not for the reason, I know I can eat a variety of foods, but for me it's just, if I eat the same things every day, I know how to monitor it, and it's easier for me to just, if I need to cut, I know what to cut from. It's real simple. It just keeps things easier in the kitchen. But I know some guys they like to eat a variety, but for me, I like eating the regular stuff all the time, so it's not a problem.
That's cool.
That's how I transition.
How long out before the show do you start your diet?
Before the over, generally it's 6 months, but this time I'm taking at least 7. Wow. The schedule really isn't out yet. I mean, they have a tentative plan as far as the U.S. Cup, the WNBF. On the site, it's saying it's in Sacramento in September. So that would give me technically like 10 months, but if there's something in July, or I'm trying to target July as for me to be exactly ready, so that's giving me a good 7-8 months to get ready.
Now, are you one of the circuit contest competitors that you do like 3 or 4, or do you just do maybe 1, maybe 2 tops in a season?
It depends. In the past, I've done as many as 4. That's the most I've ever done. 2009, I did 4. I didn't plan on doing 4. I only planned on doing 1, but I did NGA California. It was a month before my target show, just for a little warm-up and practice, get my posing where it's supposed to be. And then from there, I went on to the capital city. I did that show, and that was supposed to be my target. I was going to just finish there, and that's it. I lost by 1 point, and I was very happy with that. I was content. I was like ready. Okay, I'm happy. I got in the best shape of my life. Let's go off season now. And the head judge from that show gave me a call about 3 or 4 days later and encouraged me to go to Washington. And at that point, I had already gained about 13 pounds. I told him no way, but he just kept telling me, you can do it. You got 3 weeks, you can get ready. So what I did is I waited about a week. I saw I lost most of that, so that's when I went ahead and ordered my plane tickets. So I did that show, yeah. And then I had a show a week after that, which I probably shouldn't have did. I just did it for the heck of it. And after Washington, I indulged a little bit too much, so I actually gained about 4 pounds heavier the following week. I still won my class, but I was not close to where I was in Washington. So I would say 2 or 3 tops. 4 is pushing it. So this year I'm looking at probably 2 to 3 at the most.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.